What's up, guys? It's actually been a couple days since I've done any vlogging. Actually, the work has been a little bit hectic. Actually, I've been getting off work like way later than normal. Like yesterday, I got, like normally I get about 3-4 hours a day. And I know it doesn't sound like much, but it makes a difference. Yesterday I got like 7. So that was a big difference. And I'm way off schedule for my normal stuff. So today, whenever I get home, I've got to pack up the box for the winner of the contest, the re-winner. I got to pack that up. Should be pretty easy. Get that shipped out. I need to review the Mark II because I just finished it the other night, but I got home so late like that. And then I need to like get into the custom. Got to get back on that because yesterday was supposed to be my day to work on it. Couldn't do that, so got to do it today. On top of all that, I've got to call Suddenlink to make sure our internet's not going to die on us, because it seems like every 5 minutes or so it just drops or it starts going really slow. Last time they thought it was our modem. All I did was switch the cables out and it was fine. So now they really don't know. And I don't want to pay for a service person to come out, but hey, I gotta call somebody, because if the internet dies in the middle of my live stream, I'm gonna be pissed. Not to mention, I can't upload or anything like that if the internet's not working. So I've already told them, I was like, look, I work from home. I have to do stuff on the internet all the time. I kind of need my internet to always work. So I'm gonna deal with that when I get home. But right now, I gotta go clock out. Whew. All right, guys, so I've made it home. Got the little box ready to go out to Greg Monreal. Thank God I had this little thing from when JC Grooves sent me that Pixel Pal. Literally perfect for the 6 little figures that Greg is getting. So I'm going to run to the UPS store, drop this off. Hopefully it won't be an issue. And then I can get some lunch and get back here and get to work. Crazy already, guys. So guys, apparently winter came today. I guess it technically started yesterday. But if you're following me on Twitter, you would have seen me post yesterday that it's not really winter, it's just summer cosplaying as winter. And that's basically what it's been down here in Texas. It's like we get 3 days of nice cool temperatures, and then it goes right back up to 85, 90 degrees. So I think we're getting a really good cold front right now. I think the high today is like not even 70, and it's like 50 something out right now. And it's been cold and crappy and gloomy like all day, and it rained last night apparently. But now the sun's coming out, so I guess that's where the heat's gonna come from. That sounds so dumb, but you know, it's kind of, if you're not from Texas, you probably don't understand. It's like, well, we're used to the blazing heat of the summer, the ridiculous humidity of second summer, which is kind of fall, but not really. It's just summer with less green. And then we get into rainy, cold crappiness of winter, but we're never sure when it's gonna start or when it's gonna stop. Because we had one year where winter didn't even hit until January, but didn't end until April. It's just like, what? we had legitimately like 40-degree temperatures until April. It's like spring was so delayed, it was ridiculous. It was also one of the coldest winters I think we've ever had. Most freezing, and it never snows or anything like that down here. But, you know, most amount of ice, things were shut down for like a week because the freeways and everything were completely frozen over. It was ridiculous. But I mean, like, it's nice to have the cold weather back. It was a rough morning at work. Not because of the normal crap that I complain about. This is more of like a personal thing. Occasionally on our trucks, you know, they've got to lube things up, like door latches, stuff like that. And our mechanics are taking to use this one particular brand. I forgot what it's called. It's kind of a penetrating lube. I know it sounds terrible. Make your jokes. But the solvent that is in it puts out fumes. And I guess if you're using it in small doses, sure. But when you're lubing every single thing in the truck, and then a person's got to spend time in that truck for work, those fumes build up. They get bad. And they severely affect my eyes, nose, and throat. Pretty much anything that's sinus related. Because, I mean, it will dry me out, like, bad. Like, maybe if I had, like, a horrendous cold or something, that would be fine. But under normal circumstances, it's bad. Oh, wow, there's, like, a huge patch of blue sky surrounded by, like, really crappy, thick clouds. It's like, this is that weird thing of, like, okay, now it's sunny and gonna be hot, but it's still cold outside. But anyways, yeah, so basically, it's 50-some-odd degrees outside, wet. But because these fumes are in the cab of the truck, I'm rolling with my doors open to let it vent. Because I do not want that to happen. Last time it happened to me, I was in the truck like all day. It wasn't like a short day, it was a long one. And I mean, it got bad enough that I legitimately had issues like breathing. Like my sinuses were so inflamed and dried out. I couldn't breathe through my nose. My nose was burning. My throat and everything were just affected. My taste buds were messed up. Like, when it's so thick in the air, you can like feel it on your mouth. It was that kind of situation. But today, because I vented as much as I could out of the truck, not to mention I wasn't in it for super long today, just a normal shift. I did what I could to get by it. I still feel it, like I can taste it on the tip of my tongue. And my sinuses, I have a minor headache, that kind of stuff. But overall, it's just, I hate when they do that. And I've complained to the mechanics, like, hey, you got to stop using that stuff. It's like, I can't be the only one that gets affected by it. I'm only spending a few hours in a truck and it's bothering me. The guys who are in the trucks 8, 9, 10 hours a day and have to put up with that's got to be like massively bad for them. Because it is a solvent. A penetrating lube, it will cut through any grease and everything else that's there, and dirt and crap like that. Like, WD-40 technically counts, but it's very, very mild in comparison. This stuff is bad. I mean, it is a strong solvent. So, I mean, it does hurt. It affects anything that's mucousy or wet. So that's your entire, sinus system, your eyes, anything like that. So yeah, it just bothers me. So I hope you guys are having a better day. I'm stressing a little bit today, but I'm happy I got off work a little bit earlier. I thought I was gonna get off like good and early, but I had to go do a little bit of work. It's like I was hauling ass, like doing what I can. I gotta get these 2 stops off that are like way out. I was like, I gotta get off the clock. But I'm off at a decent time. I can get this done. I've been meaning to do it for a couple days. Getting off work late, having to start my day late. Which, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the extra hours. Especially we're leaning towards Christmas right now. I need as many hours as I can. Because, like, you guys may remember last year, I talked about it probably a couple times. My hours were cut, like, bad last year. And when you only have a few hours a day, and they cut all the extra time off of you, or even start basically giving you the day off, it's just, like, ridiculous. I nearly went broke, like, just trying to survive. I did not get money to even buy Christmas presents at all until like the week before Christmas. Like, that was the first actual good paycheck, and by good I mean it was a little bit more than I normally would make. It wasn't like double or triple or anything like that, like what a lot of guys will be making during Christmas. I like my job. I do my job because it keeps me from dying, and I don't mean that in a joking way. I would have legitimately died if I had not stopped doing the job I was doing. So when I say that it's important that I keep this job to keep myself from dying, I mean it. A lot of people just think I'm joking when I say it. It's like, no, I was literally verge of death. That was years ago. And thank God, that I had the opportunity to take this job, or life would be very, very different. I may not even be here talking to you guys. So, I get by. I changed my life to fit this job instead of trying to live where I used to. Everything that happened years ago taught me how to live below my means instead of always above my means, like a lot of people do. And I mean, you guys see what I do. You guys see the stuff I buy, things like that. I live comfortably enough because of my wife. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this. So we work together to have the things we have. And, we tend to start making more and more money, and life changes. But, guys, never let anyone tell you that making money is worth more than you surviving. You need money to live, you need money to buy stuff, things like that, but you never need to kill yourself to make a dime, Just, that's my view on it. And I always tell the new guys who come along in this job, say, look, they're going to beat you, they're going to abuse you, you're going to hate every single thing about it. It's not worth your life, it's not worth your sanity to make this money and to let them hurt you. Never let them lie to you, never let them take advantage of you. Defend yourself, protect yourself, and only keep you, your family, and everything else in mind, because they don't care. And that's the truth for a lot of jobs, guys. So a lot of you guys are young, stuff like that, probably don't even have a first job yet. Keep that in mind. You want to be helpful, you want to do a good job, but you don't want to be abused at that job. So that's what I had to do. I had to get myself out of that abuse. I had to get myself away from everything terrible that was happening to me in my job that was killing me. And I've lost everything because of what the job did to me. And now I can go more into that later, but it doesn't really matter that much right now. But I got to go into the UPS store and drop this off. Can't escape the hat here. Alright guys, so I had a little bit of lunch, got me some sushi, and then a few other things while I was over by the UPS store. They actually have really good sushi at HEB. Anyways, so while I was also out, because I need something to watch while I'm working on the custom kit, got myself some Spider-Man and some War for the Planet of the Apes. I've already seen Spider-Man Homecoming, of course, great friggin' movie. War for the Planet of the Apes, I've been keeping up with those movies for a while. I've wanted to see this one in theaters. And it was during that weird time where we just couldn't get out to the theater. Like, that, Wonder Woman, all that stuff was all out around the same time. And just couldn't really make it out. So, it is what it is. But I've also got to catch up on Flash, Arrow, and all that stuff. So, yay for lots of stuff to watch today. I'm actually about to break down and go do the Mark II review, while I was also finishing editing and getting thumbnails and stuff done for, all the other reviews that I've got coming up. Actually, I can show you that real quick. Alright guys, so about to get started on the custom here, but I wanted to show something off that I don't think I did before. And when I was at Hobbytown the other day, I was talking to Dion and whatnot, and I picked up some extra stuff, including these extra little strips. Now these are going to come in handy because I was having to cut and shape my own before, so these are little strips. But I also picked up some more styrene sheet. So these right here, it's actually a multi-size pack. So, and one thing that's different between this and what I already had, I had the textured pack. I didn't realize, I didn't see these. These are straight plain. However, the funny part is what I've been working with, so I can pull it out here, is this. You can sort of see the, but the funny thing is, this is worked out in the fact that it gives me almost perfect size pieces for what I need. A lot of the things I need are literally as wide as that, so I've been able to break off and snap off things to the exact size that I've been needing. However, when filling in large chunks or rebuilding things, this gets a little awkward because it leaves holes. Now, something I'm going to have to cover later, which the strips will help. Now, mind you, nobody's seen the custom yet except for a few friends that I've let in on it, and of course Reese himself has seen it because I wanted to show the guy. He's the one who won it, so I might as well show him what I've got going on. Now I'm going to open up the blinds a little bit here, let some more light in. Pretty day, turned into a pretty day outside, so I'm going to turn the light on. But I got to get to work. I'm going to be on this for hours like I was last week. And it's like 2-something o'clock, I think, right at 2 o'clock. And I almost fell asleep. Almost took a nap. Don't need to be taking a nap today. Speaking of which, I left my monster over here. Yeah. My hair fixed itself while I fell asleep on the couch for 5 minutes. And I got the Mark II review filmed. I got to get it edited tonight, so I'm going to take a break in a couple hours, get that edited, and have to get it up and out for tomorrow. Yay. But like I said, I've got these movies to watch. I've got a TV show to catch up on. But I'm going to do that and get to building. I'll check in with you guys later.